Greetings, Earthlings. DW Pastor Barry / Beanie coming at you, sporting the red color today. Let's go, Brandon. Yes, I know. We'll not speak anymore on that. Hope you're doing well, guys. Shouts out Six Pack, Four Horsemen, Benjamin Grayson, Carlos. Man, the list of ladies, because they're mature ladies. You know, I wouldn't call them girls. They're not little teenagers. But Sister Joyce, Kathleen, Trista, Opal. Sister Trista got her package, I see, today. God bless you, sister. Hope you enjoy it. She's got her some devotionals. She's been a dedicated watcher of these videos over the last year, I'd say. And she's been a Facebook friend for probably close to 5 years. So, Sister Trista, Merry Christmas, and I hope that has blessed you abundantly. Sister Elizabeth Price, Sister Michelle, British Rose, and there are others watching as well. If I forget you, I'm sorry. But I'm acknowledging that you're here watching with us now. Today is Monday. We've started this work week. For those of you in the workforce, of which you know I am not, because I'm in full-time ministry. This is part 2 of a devotional called A Ruined Life. And the date today is Monday, December 6th, 2021. There's my little calendar back there. I just picked this up last week at Burlington. I was thinking that day, you know, I should get a way to write a to-do list, which I got one right there. You can see it. That's for Christmas shopping. Still got some to do. And then, of course, write down some of the events that I'm doing. And I just look at it every day, you know, put that tick off. Another day has passed. The time is just flying by so fast. It's just unbelievable. And before you know it, guys, it's going to be 2022. And I'm staying optimistic for 2022. Nobody could foresee 2020 with the chaos that came. You guys know what happened there. It seems if you even say those words, they attach it on YouTube or mostly Facebook. They'll attach, you know, the little label to you know what. I'm not going to say it. They even tagged one of my last videos with the C word. And I didn't say anything positive or negative. I just mentioned it. So it's like they flag it right away if you even say that word. So I'm not going to say that word. I don't want them flagging anymore in my videos. But anyway, for those of you who have seen today, I started using my other Facebook page. It's d.w.space.p.barry. That's kind of my backup one. It's my newest Facebook. I don't use it very much, but I'm going to start using it more. Somebody called it shadow banning. I guess Facebook is doing this now where they somehow, I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but they somehow limit what other people can see on your posts. Because I can tell, you know, 5,000 people almost on my Facebook. Again, the number's climbing yet again. It just happens to do that. But with that many people, I should be getting at least 100 likes or more. You know, it's like there's no way 5,000 people are seeing posts. You know, I'm not trying to say, well, people should be reading my stuff and liking it. That's not what I mean. But when you got 5,000 people, you'd think there'd be more than 10 acknowledgments. So something's definitely up with that. So if you get a friend request from me from another Facebook, it's me, okay? It's not a fake account. Okay, A Ruined Life Part 2. If you don't know what this one is about, you got to go back from yesterday and watch that. We still have one contest for third place going on. You have to go back to my original YouTube channel and find the 2017 videos of the video, particularly, just one video, where I talk about Jesus and how his family even thought he was crazy. I can't give you the title, but I want you to find the link. You're going to have to watch a few videos till you find it, but it's in 2017. It's not, I'm going to give you another hint. It's not filmed in Canada. It's actually filmed in Kentucky at Sister Debbie's house, who Sister Debbie this year has gone home to be with the Lord. And she is greatly missed, especially by her family and friends. But she's with Jesus. She's dancing up there now for him. So I just pray for the family that this Christmas won't be really, really, really hard. I know it will be difficult. You know, like I said, Sister Debbie was loved and she's very missed. But I actually did it in the spare bedroom they had there. That's where that video... I'm actually sitting on a bed, but you can't see that. But that's where the video was filmed, and you have to find it. And the first person to do that and send me the correct video, you're going to win the third place prize in this contest for videos that I've got going on. Okay, enough of that. But I would say, please pray for the ministry that we do have the funds for me to send these 3 prizes out before Christmas. I would love these to be Christmas gifts if possible. If not, I'll have to wait till the new year. But God supplies. Okay, in Romans 12 and verse 3, it says, "For I say, through the grace given to me, to everyone who is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, as God has dealt to each one a measure of faith." And we're going to read in Mark 13, starting at verse 21, and we're going to finish the chapter from there. A ruined life. In my modern English Bible, this is what it says. And it's red letter, so we know it's Jesus speaking. "Then if anyone says to you," this is Jesus speaking of end times and not being deceived. "If anyone says to you, 'Look, here is the Christ,' or 'Look, there he is,' do not believe it. For false Christs and false prophets will rise and show signs and wonders to deceive, if possible, even the elect," the believers. And there are a lot of Christians who are deceived and fooled. "But take heed, I have told you all things beforehand." So Jesus has told us, he's given us warning of the false Christ that would come throughout the ages. They have come, and they're still coming today. So if you are fooled and you claim to be a Christian that knows their Bible, Jesus warned you right there. So you have no excuse. "But in those days, after that distress, the sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give her light. The stars of heaven will fall, and the powers that are in heaven will be shaken." We got that to look forward to. "Then they will see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory. Then he will send his angels and gather his elect from the 4 winds, from the farthest part of the earth to the farthest part of heaven. Now learn a parable of the fig tree." This is a good parable. "When her branch is yet tender and puts out leaves, you know that summer is near. So also, when you see these things come to pass, know that it is near, even at the doors. Truly I say to you, this generation will not pass away until all these things happen. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away." Now, do you know the story of the fig tree? Jesus cursed the fig tree. The next day they came back and saw that it had dried up. It withered and died. A day later. That's the power of words. And Jesus had cursed the fig tree because it didn't have any figs from them. They were out of season. Verse 32, "But concerning that day or hour, no one knows." So all these people predicting when Jesus is going to return, people predicted down to the... Now, there's nothing wrong with predicting the year, because I believe it's possible that we could know the year, because the Bible doesn't say that we can't know the year that Jesus is returning. But people are picking months and days. That's a no-no. The Bible doesn't tell us when it is. He says again, "But concerning that day or hour, no one knows, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father. Take heed, watch and pray, for you do not know when the time will come. For the Son of Man is like a man leaving on a far journey, who left his house and gave authority to his servants and to every man his work, and commanded the porter to watch. Watch therefore, for you do not know when the master of the house is coming, in the evening or at midnight, or at the crowing of the rooster, or in the morning, lest he come suddenly and find you sleeping. What I say to you, I say to all, watch." Jesus wants us ready and watching for his return. It doesn't mean we stop doing the Great Commission and just sit there and go, "Okay, Jesus, I know you're coming back anytime." That's not what it means. We are to be aware of the seasons. We are to be aware of our surroundings and what's going on in the world, and see how it matches up with the Bible. So we know, hey, this we're kind of getting far down the trail here, guys. The Bible says this is going to happen, and look, this kind of lines up. Looks like we're even 1 milestone closer than we were before. That's one way to look at it. But we still stay busy for Jesus. A ruined life. This one's 2 pages today. Smith Wigglesworth says, "As soon as I got to York," so continuing from yesterday's story, York, England, in the north, "people came around me and said, 'Oh, we've got him, we've got him. The only thing that is needed now is that we want him to receive the Holy Spirit, and as soon as he receives, we will know we have got him.' They were talking about a certain young man in whom they saw unusual potential to be a great spiritual leader. When that young man spoke in tongues, they almost went wild. They shouted, they wept, they prayed. Oh, they were so excited. The leaders said they were overjoyed at the fact of this man's baptism. I said, "Be still, the Lord will do his own work." In a short time, he was through in the Spirit, and everybody was rejoicing and applauding. They fell into great error there. God has never yet allowed any human being to be applauded for doing the Lord's work. This young man was in the power of the Holy Spirit, and it was lovely. But they came around him, shaking his hand and saying, "Now we have the greatest teacher there is." And that's kind of lifting up man to a standard that we shouldn't, or what these people were doing. Was this wrong? It was perfectly right, yet it was the worst thing they could have done. They should have been thankful in their hearts. I want to tell you that the devil never knows your thoughts, and if you won't let your thoughts out in public, you will be safe. He can suggest a thought, he can suggest thoughts of evil, but that is not sin. And I've said that before. Just because a thought comes in your mind, just because you're tempted, doesn't mean it's a sin. It's what you do with that thought that can progress into a sin. But that is not sin. All these things are from outside of you. The devil can suggest evil things for you to receive, but if you are pure, it is like water off a duck's back. One woman came up and said, "I wouldn't be surprised if you were another John the Baptist." Again, before we left, this woman came up and said, "Will you believe? It is a prophecy I have received that you have to be John the Baptist." Thank God he put it off. But how satanic, how devilish, how unrighteous, and how untrue her words were. That night, as he was walking home along a country road, another voice came louder than the woman's, right in the open air. "You are John the Baptist." That's what a voice told him. And we know that's a lie. Again, the young man was able to guard it off. In the middle of the night, he was awakened out of his sleep, and this voice came again. "Rise, get up. You are John the Baptist. Declare it." And the poor man this time was not able to deal with it. He did not know what I am now telling you. I tell you with a sorrowful heart that for hours that morning he was walking around York shouting, "I am John the Baptist." Nothing could be done. He had to be detained. Who did it? Why, the people, of course. You have no right to come around me or anybody else and say, "You are wonderful." That is satanic. I tell you, we have plenty of the devil to deal with without your causing 1,000 demons to come and help. We need common sense. It's kind of funny because people do that. They have their own demon pets and they bring them and unleash them on others. And it's not really funny, it's sad. How could that young man have been delivered? He could have said, "Did Jesus come in the flesh?" Or, "Is Jesus Christ come in the flesh?" That's a better thing to say. The demon power would have said no, and then the Comforter would have come. Now, I've told you about testing the spirits. You don't let them answer yes or no. You make them speak verbatim. Jesus Christ is come in the flesh. Lord, bring us to a place of humility and brokenheartedness where we will see the danger of satanic powers. Don't think that the devil is a big ugly monster. He comes as an angel of light, 2 Corinthians 11:14. Satan has several looks, but one of the main ones is, I've said it on videos before and audios, blonde hair, tan skin or dark hair, pale skin, beautiful blue eyes. He can come like that, or he can come as the beast, the monster that he is, looking like a bull with red eyes and horns. He has that. But he can look like anybody he wants to. He can look Asian, he can look black, whatever purpose he wants to carry out. He can change his appearance to be so. So he's not always just one way. He comes at a time when you have done well, and he tells you about it. He comes to make you feel you are a somebody. The devil is an exalted, it says demon, but he's not. He's a fallen angel. But he's demonic, so we'll leave it at that. Oh, look at the Master. Now, this is the second part. It's closing this now, a ruined life. The thought for today says, may God give us the mindset of the Beatitudes, Matthew 5:3-12, where we will be broken and humble and in the dust. then God will raise us and place us in a high place. We are to humble ourselves. God will raise us up. All right, so don't forget that. Always test the spirits. That's the other lesson. Satan will try to puff you up because Satan, the original reason he fell was because of his pride, and he wants mankind to follow suit and do exactly as he did. And you can probably agree with me, there's nothing worse than listening to a proudful, arrogant, cocky person. All they can do is talk about themselves, they talk about their accomplishments. It's like the world revolves around them. You know, phooey on that, man. I don't want to hear it. I find it laughable. I think it's sad too, but I think it's funny that anybody would exalt themselves and think, you know, they're all that in a bag of chips and some queso along with that. So be very careful of pride and arrogance. It has no place in the Christian life. It's not fruitful whatsoever. So if you have a struggle with that, get delivered. Ask the Lord to heal you if you need it. There's always different root causes for people being arrogant and boastful and everything else. All right. I'm going to go. Probably going to take me a nap now because I'm tired. But you guys have a blessed Monday and the rest of the week, and we'll see you tomorrow. And don't forget the contest. Check your 3-piece.